What on earth is this? I had to do this on Black Belt Secrets, so welcome back. This is Black Belt Barrister Off the Record, which is the new name for this segment. So thank you all for your contributions to that, and that is the consensus, which is shared by my dear wife. So lots of you came up with the idea all at the same time. So this is Black Belt Barrister Off the Record here on Black Belt Secrets. So what on earth is this? So this has been doing the rounds on X today, and it's garnered lots of response from lots of different people, which leaves me to wonder how much of this was intentional, anticipated, or at the end of the day, desirable by Jaguar. They've had a rebrand, and in doing the rebrand, they've come up with a new advert. But in doing so, in showing you this advert, I do need to draw attention to the fact that my video here is produced with the intention of complying with the Copyright Designs and Patents Act of 1988, specifically Section 30, which is criticism and review. That meaning I am allowed to use this video because it's fair dealing, because I'm criticizing the advert. So there's my anticipatory defense out of the way in case they try to take this video down because they don't like what I'm about to say. Or maybe they do, I don't know. Maybe someone in the comment section actually suggested that they may have done this to make people talk about it. Now, would a company make an advert so bad that it's intentionally bad to make people talk about it, to get people talking about the brand? One person quite cleverly suggested that maybe it's so bad that they did this and then they're going to come back with something afterwards to say, just kidding, here's what we really came up with. I doubt it, but here it is. So I'm going to play this, but I've turned the music off because, again, copyright. But it's a bit of a minefield out there. Take a look at this first. Then we'll jump into some of the comments and we'll see what we think about this advert. Create exuberant. Live vivid or live vivid. Delete ordinary. And then deletes the word upside down. Break molds with a yellow sledgehammer in a blue room. Come together sitting on a rock. Look different directions. Copy nothing. Get up, walk away, and it's a rock. That's it. That's the advert. So back to tab. Right. So the post says copy nothing. And I think my response to that was, don't worry, no one's copying this. Seriously, Jaguar, I used to own a Jaguar. I loved it at the time. I did have problems with it. I've talked about those in my Black Belt Barrister video going out today. I did have problems with it. I liked the branding. It was a strong brand. But I don't think, in my respectful view, I don't think this advert is going to do much for the brand. I'm reminded of the Dylan Mulvaney crash of Anheuser-Busch stock, losing over $27 billion in a short space of time because of their partnership campaign with Dylan Mulvaney that didn't really go to plan. Now, I do fear for Jaguar whether this is going to have a similar effect, whether that's seriously going to backfire. No pun intended on that one, or maybe it should be intended, and we'll come up with as many car puns as we can. But as I said, this attracted lots of comments online. We're going to go through some of those, not least of which from Elon Musk himself. He responded, "Do you sell cars?" And their response is, this is the thing. Jaguar's response to lots of these comments is what makes this even more strange, even before we get to talk about the advert itself. The response to Elon Musk: yes, we'd love to show you. Join us for a cuppa in Miami. You see, that's the British thing, a cuppa, a cup of tea, Join us for a cuppa in Miami on the 2nd of December. Warmest regards, Jaguar. Then someone replies, "Go woke, go broke." And they reply again and said, "Go hard." Now, what is that supposed to mean? This is supposedly a respected brand, car brand in the UK. What are these responses? Are these serious? Is someone at the helm of this X account here? Someone there says, "This is hilarious." It's either some high-level marketing designed to generate engagement, or it's about to be the biggest crash and burn in rebranding history. Now, I'm with Joel here. I think this is not going to end well for the brand. And then we go down here. Someone here says, where's the car? Which is a very valid point. Where's the car? There was a bunch of rocks at the end of the advert. And the response is equally ominous. It says, the story is unfolding. Stay tuned. And the response to that is, no, thank you. And I find it utterly bizarre. There was no car in the advert. There was all sorts of what can only really be respectfully described as woke ideology within the advert. Now, whether you support it or not, I'm not here to tell you whether you support that or not, but I don't think that works well in brands, in rebranding and pushing this out as a generic advert. I don't think that is going to do well for the brand. And then someone else says here, where are the cars in this ad? Is this for fashion? Now, that's not the only comment about fashion. I've seen lots of other comments say this looks more like a fashion show. And it does. It genuinely looks very much more like a fashion show. When you see what's going on in here, it's people in really creative, I'll give them that, really creative dresses, vivid colors, okay. And, you know, cars are often in vivid colors. Usually sports cars are in yellows and reds and whatever. But this is like a really bizarre fashion show that is pushing all sorts of boundaries that perhaps should be left alone for car manufacturers. But and what's the deal with standing with a yellow sledgehammer? I really don't get it. But lots of people said that this is much more like a fashion show. And coming back to this comment here, someone said, where's the cars in this ad? Is this for fashion? And again, the response is equally bizarre. Think of this as a declaration of intent. Sorry, what? A declaration of intent of what? Declaration of intent of how they plan to market cars in the future with bizarre dresses? And frankly, the whole thing is somewhat bizarre. And then Crusader X down here says, boycott Jaguar along with any other business that still doesn't get it. And the response is simply, hello, thanks for the feedback. We'll be sure to pass it on to the team. And that seems to be the go-to response when they don't like or don't have a sort of snarky response to anything like this. Someone else says, edgy, will it sell cars? And then they say, consider this the first brushstroke. Again, really bizarre. Someone else says, this is surely a joke. And again, the bizarre response, a pivotal moment. A pivotal moment? And then someone responds to say, yeah, a pivot where Jaguar stocks will plummet to zero. I seriously think this is got a risk of damaging the brand here. And again, another couple of responses here with the hello, thanks for the feedback, we'll pass it on, thanks for the feedback, we'll pass it on, thanks for the feedback, we'll pass it on, again and again and again. Then someone says, are you guys the car company or something else? And then really bizarre response here. Jaguar responds with, soon you'll see things our way. Again, what is that supposed to mean? They're going to force people to see these things in a different way, in their way? Someone else says, awful, awful ad. Is this supposed to rescue your tarnished brand? And they respond, quite the opposite. This is a renaissance, as in, you know, rebirth. And again, someone else, where are the cars? And they respond, patience. The art is in the reveal. This is not supposed to be art. It's supposed to be cars. I really don't get this. Someone else, what is this? A new attitude. Someone else, what the actual hell is this? They respond, the future. Someone else said, Jaguar took a year off for this. This is how companies fail. Jaguar responds, this is not the end. This is the new beginning. Someone else, I thought you guys made cars. They respond, we do. All will be revealed. I just think this is really bizarre. But there we go. I think this has a real risk of causing significant damage to Jaguar's reputation here. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Now, as I say, if that advert was for something like clothing, I'd probably understand it. But for cars, it just doesn't work for me. But you can see why I did this here on Off the Record. But I did also do a video over on Black Belt Barrister about the experience that clients have, the difficulty they have with rejecting vehicles that have problems. If you want to hear about some of those, head over there. I'll link that below. And in the meantime, thanks for joining me.